Sahana Bhavatu Sahanu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Bhurida Janaha. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor, may our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. Your nectar-like words and warm and inspiring life stories are eulogized by learned sages, are eradicator of shoots of ignorance. These are auspicious to hear and propitious to cultivate in one's own life. Those who take these words to the world are indeed great benefactor of the world. So today it is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is sweet. It is like this. In circus, you can see some people do wonderful things, which is generally unthinkable. Say some acrobats and so many things they do, which generally it is unthinkable. So suppose a person writes, all these are possible, like gymnasts. They take so many twists and they land exactly in a straight. So how it is possible? Or say suppose like arrow, they shoot and just at the dot. So perfection in any field is very difficult to achieve. And in a spiritual field, that is more difficult, very difficult. So whatever we read in scriptures, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan. So one removes all his desires and he lives in contemplation and he is happy with the self. Atmanneva atmana tushta sthita prajnastad uchyate. So who is this sthita prajna? Whose intellect or whose being is poised in itself, his self. Who is that? So it is difficult. In scripture, say one can doubt. It is easy to write like this, but it's difficult to translate into one's own life. So we are common human being, we have doubts. To remove that doubt, incarnations come. Say Holy Mother. In Holy Mother, what a sweet life. She has compassion, she has sweetness, forbearance, all divine qualities. One after another, you just count it and it is there. Like her compassion and the grace all together. So that is why when we see such a character, naturally we are inspired to lead such a life. This otherwise cannot be possible. Otherwise, it is only a theory. So, suppose somebody gives a theory E is equal to mc square, but that is to be translated into life. So, a poet said that Sri Ramakrishna, this is regarding Sri Ramakrishna, that you had a inner being that you brought with him. Antara Bihari Chilo Tavo Sangi. You had one like indweller within you. Dekhaile tumi tare nana rupo chande. That means you showed him as if taking outside and how he interacts with various devotees in various situations. So this is the importance of incarnation. So we find in the life of Holy Mother, Sri Sarada Devi, this is very important. It is not only, and it should not be only theory written in the scriptures, but that should be manifested in a character. So that we find manifested in the life of Holy Mother. How the divine qualities. Generally people have this notion that spirituality is, something, experiencing like something extraordinary. One should grow from ordinary level, and the purity, perseverance, forgiveness, forbearance, all these are qualities, divine qualities. One should practice these. One should be established on these principles. Then what happens? Total transformation. When Sri Ramakrishna went to Calcutta, and people used to come to him. So they have come to see Paramahamsa. So Sri Ramakrishna, this is a notion, would say jokingly, how can I convince you that I am Paramahamsa? Should I grow 2 horns? So it is not growing 2 horns. Rather, his one-pointed devotion to Mother Kali and total dedication for divine qualities, and to be that. And Swami Vivekananda said, to be and become, that is religion. Religion is not in theories. Religion is not in, something, like extraordinary, oh, I saw a Mahatma. Not like this. We have to grow in the divine qualities and get transformed totally. Until or unless that manifestation is there, it's not spiritual development. Suppose somebody has seen something extraordinary, but his life is miserable or immoral. Nothing, he has achieved nothing. In other words, if someone has built one's character strong, resilient, forbearing, compassionate, even if he has not realized anything, he has achieved a great. So character is very important, character building. Swami Vivekananda said this. So we are all trying to build that character. And then what will happen? When you say worship any deity, what happens? You try to inculcate, imbibe those qualities. First you sing the glories and then read about his or her life, and then gradually transform yourself. Then you see everywhere it is God and God alone, that same ideal manifesting in so many forms. The enmity will go, the falsity will go, all the, demonic qualities will go. This is great achievement, even if you don't have any darshan, doesn't matter. You don't have any, something extraordinary realization, doesn't matter. So one should grow in these divine qualities that we find manifested in the life of Holy Mother. So with this introduction, we go forward. Paul?
Yes, sorry. Let's see. So we're on. Oops, my iPad is telling me to sign in to iTunes, which I don't know the password anyway. We're on page 257.
Okay.
One should serve others when one visits an ashrama. The monks are busy taking care of the devotees, while the devotees are practicing japa and meditation. This is not right. Once several women, they were meditating with closed eyes, while Holy Mother was mopping the mud floor. A woman devotee, M's wife, got up from her meditation and went to help Holy Mother. Holy Mother said, "The others are meditating, so why have you come?" The woman replied, "Shame. I don't care for that kind of meditation. You are mopping the floor, and I shall close my eyes and meditate? I can't do that." That devotee understood the right thing to do.
Okay, say like this. At Dakshineshwar, Latu Maharaj was meditating somewhere, meditating. Thakur came there and he scolded him. You are meditating on whom she is needing flower. So go and help her. Help, actually not help, assist her. Okay, so Latu Maharaj, after that, he improved himself. So when we meditate, actually, like ashrama, one should feel it's my own place. So whatever one can do, one should contribute. So that it is Thakur's place, Holy Mother's place. So it is not only in words, rather it should be translated into action. That is the point. Yes. Go ahead.
My internet just had a little glitch.
Hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Some fortunate devotees saw Holy Mother in samadhi. Her body remained motionless and her eyes did not blink. Ah, what a rare scene. The master was sometimes criticized. Once someone offered a small amount of money to Holy Mother as a gift. Trilokya commented, "The young priest brought his wife here to earn money." The master went to the Kali temple and cried to the Divine Mother, saying, "Mother, the authorities of the temple say such things."
See, such a couple, Holy Mother and Sri Ramakrishna, totally devoid of any greed. Even they are not spared. And not only that, even this happened to Ramachandra also. In spite of all his unblemished character and adoration for Sita and Mother Sita's divine character, people blamed. So this is, the common public is like this. So this also shows that wherever we dwell, our thinking is according to that. So people think about money, matter, etc. So people will blame that to the divine qualities. But it is rare that some people understand the importance of such divine qualities. Okay, one thing Holy Mother said 4 things. The devotion of those who are desireless is unconditional. They are Ishwar kotis, God-like souls. Number 2, those who have money give in charity, and those who have nothing repeat the mantra. Jar ache she mapo, jar nei she japo. So this is the translation of in English. Those who have, they should give in charity. Those who have not, nothing to give, repeat the mantra. And Holy Mother, Sri Ramakrishna gave one or two formula. Jato mat, tato pat. But Holy Mother has got many formulas. Formula. Grace is flowing all around, but human nature does not change. This means people are listening to the words of God, but nothing is happening. Why? Because Maya is pulling those people back. It's very difficult to get out of the pull of Maya. Someone asked Holy Mother, what happens if a person dies and losing outward consciousness? Holy Mother replied, there is nothing wrong with losing consciousness while dying. It is enough if a person remembers God just before becoming unconscious. That brings good results. Okay. So go ahead, Holy Mother.
Holy Mother said to a monk, during your last moments, the Master will come and take you with him. You belong to him, so you will go to him. But if you want peace while living, practice austerities and meditate on him. Grace dawns on one who practices austerities. The Master's grace is not subject to any conditions.
Yeah. So grace, those who have come to this stream, they are assured. Only if you want to have the experience of the tranquility, peace of mind, and one-pointed devotion to God. To achieve devotion is also goal of life. Sri Ramakrishna said, the goal of life is to achieve devotion. Bhakti shar. The one thing is to achieve devotion to God. It's not a small thing. Intense devotion. The one should feel that. And that is why one should read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna or Holy Mother and lives of, say, the Holy Trinity, or for that matter, other holy books also. But to get devotion, this is very important. Okay.
Holy Mother said, 1. To those who have taken refuge in the Master, he will appear at the time of death. 2. Misery is inevitable for an embodied being. Even the Creator has no power to stop it. If you want peace, practice spiritual disciplines. 3. There is no certainty about when death will come, so it is better to visit holy places soon without discriminating between auspicious or inauspicious times. Someone asked, why is my karma not ending? Mother replied, there is plenty of string in the spool of a kite. The spool will be empty when all of the string has played out.
So that is called prarabdha. Prarabdha means whatever we have acquired over many births, whatever impressions that we have acquired. So that is to be unwind. So the first thing is we must have the faith in the words of Holy Mother. Those who have come to Sri Ramakrishna or Holy Mother, Sri Ramakrishna will take care of him or her. One must have this, have faith. Faith is very important. Child, as Sri Ramakrishna said, the faith should be childlike. If mother says that he is your brother, so he may be, say, from other caste or whatever, but he will not disbelieve mother. So yesterday we had knowledge. Knowledge is also powerful. Faith is also powerful. Knowledge goes like that's a brevity is there. Here, this is also brevity, but here a different kind one. That means total dependence on God or words of God. So this should be uh, inculcated. And misery, oh God, why you have given this? Why I am so miserable? So there is no point of say lamenting. One should be forbearing. Yes, go ahead.
The five, the master never caused me pain, even for a day. The master
So this is Sri Ramakrishna.
promised, I swear that those who think of me, what, sorry?
Your internet is breaking.
Ah,
Okay, so the master never caused me pain, even for a day. Sri Ramakrishna honored Holy Mother. It's in India that wife beating is was very common. Okay, but Sri Ramakrishna honored Holy Mother very much. It's not like always he considered Holy Mother as the incarnation of Divine Mother. Once Holy Mother asked, "How do you regard me?" He said, Bhavatarini, my chosen ideal, who is in the temple, and the mother who gave me this physical body, birth, now lives in Nahavat, and same mother is now pressing my feet. So, Sri Ramakrishna honored all uh, women. Many times, we hear in gospel, women and gold, women and gold. So, one should not take in heart, but it's not hating women. It is the, enchantress. Rather, that should be translated enchantress. So that is the point. Yes. The master promised.
okay. Hopefully the internet will be more cooperative. The master promised, I swear that those who think of me will attain my spiritual wealth, just as children inherit their parents' wealth. He said this with such emphasis, yet people still do not believe it. Holy Mother had so much love for the devotees. Once, when a devotee was leaving Jairambati after receiving initiation, she came out from her room to see him off with tears in her eyes. She watched that devotee walk away as far as she could see him. Although she had known him only for a couple of days, her love surpassed even that of a biological mother. Holy Mother had strong common sense.
So this,
On one hand,
one has to believe in it. That Sri Ramakrishna said, I swear. See? I swear that those who think of me will attain my spiritual wealth. He's swearing. So that's why we need to contemplate the character of Sri Ramakrishna. And it will happen in course of time. It is like this. Say suppose you study science. So after say graduation, etc., then you do PhD research, and then you soak in those ideas. You live those ideas. You become like that. So these are divine qualities. We have to inculcate in such a way that our life is transformed. If a person even hates, so know for certain he has not achieved. So this is the point, that when Sri Ramakrishna is swearing that I swear that you will get it, why worry? No worry. Like father, we have that DNA. We must have that devotion and that total faith. Yes.
Holy Mother had strong common sense. On one hand, she said, you will not have to practice japa and meditation. And on the other, she said, If you want peace in this life, you will have to practice sadhana. How nicely she reconciled those two opposite things.
Common sense is very uncommon in this world. So therefore, uh, we find irrational things, or people have faith which is, it's difficult to have faith, but there they have faith. So anyway, I don't want to give example because that may hurt someone, but you'll find lots of such people. Uh, but what is being said, that we must uh, act according to the whatever comes naturally. Uh, Holy Mother, say, she knew what kind of devotee one is coming, so she would say, "Oh, don't worry, just depend on me, or just touch me like this." But to others, he knew that they have prarabdha, so that's why she would say that, okay, you practice sadhana, what else you will do in life? And also, it's a greater engagement of time, better utilization of time. When you are remembering God, that's a good time. So one should have that. Yes.
These two aspects we learn from Holy Mother's life. 1. Brahmacharya and absorption in God. 2. Self-control and service. She did not know anything other than God. Seeing God in every being, she served Him day and night. All her teachings are mantras. Many highly educated women, including Nivedita, sat at her feet with folded hands. Modern ideas and education were subordinate to her towering personality.
Yeah, see, like seeing God in all being. Shuni chaiva swapake cha pandita samadarshini. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane. Vidya means who is learned, and learned gives arrogance. But if someone is not arrogant, learning with humiliation, humility, not humiliation, learning with humility and of high cadre, like a professor, so Brahmana, Vidya Vinaya Sampanna Brahmani, Gavi Hastini, cow, even an elephant or an outcast, and Shuni means dog. One sees it is God who is manifesting in so many forms. So Holy Mother said, Amar Moddhe Jini, who is dwelling in me, Tumar Moddhe Tini, is dwelling in you, Duli Bagdi Bomesh Moddheo Tini. Duli means outcast, Bagdi, a kind of like aborigine. So, Adivasi. Duli Bagdi Domer Moddheo Tini. So simple. Her teaching is very, very simple. And colloquial. She would convey that, to devotees in a very simple language. Yes. And brahmacharya and
One day,
absorption. Brahmacharya, continence and absorption in God. Self-control and service. She did not know anything other than God. Seeing God in every being, she served Him day and night. So these are the things that we are to do. Not mechanically, but with the spirit with it. Yes.
One day we were in the Baranagore monastery talking about Holy Mother, who was in Vrindavan at the time. Swami Vivekananda related this incident. One day at the Kasipur garden house, the devotees mentioned Holy Mother's affection for them to the master. She was there to serve the master. The devotees said, "We have never seen such a noble heart." I asked Swamiji, "What did the master say about it?" Swamiji replied, "The master laughed and then remarked, 'She is my Shakti. That is why she is noble.
Yeah. So, Holy Mother is Shakti of Sri Ramakrishna. And that's why once Swamiji wrote a poem dedicated to Nivedita. But the signs and symptoms he mentioned there is regarding Holy Mother. Like peace is running towards you in, in force and in tremendous speed, but that is not brutal force. And that is breaking all the dark corners. It is the light which is lighting everything. There is no tinge of even shadow in that. And not only that, it is bliss absolute, which cannot be expressed. And if you feel that it is kind of uh, some tinge of uh, separation, and that also which is not experienced, and it is life immortal, which is not touched even. So like this I am translating, so I'll find out what is the original. So this is very nice, and without naming Holy Mother, he dedicated that piece of poem to Nivedita. Yes. Oh, now we go to the next chapter, Holy Mother's caretakers. Mriduna Darunam Hanti. Mriduna Darunam Hanti. Mriduna Hanti Adarunam. Nasebyam Mriduna Kinchit Tasmat Tikshnataram Mriduhu. Gentleness conquers the hearts of the cruel as well as the kind. There is nothing in this world that gentleness cannot conquer. So gentleness is a powerful virtue. Swami Vivekananda, Hindus are, say, like very mild natured. So Swamiji said that Hindus are surviving, and their rule is the survival of the fittest. That Darwin gave, the overproduction and struggle for existence and survival of the fittest. So he said, if survival of the fittest is the rule, and Hindus are surviving, that means even they are mild, they have power. Otherwise, what happens if someone takes revenge with someone? So this way, you cannot stop violence. So this is the idea that gentleness conquers everything. Yeah.
Holy Mother was the embodiment of modesty and gentleness, love and compassion, simplicity and humility, unselfishness and forgiveness. As a divine being, she was endowed with a preponderance of sattva, so she did not behave like other women of her time. As an ideal Indian woman of the early 20th century, she was not demanding or aggressive. She found joy through love and unselfish service. She was extremely modest, but that does not mean she was meek or docile when challenged by injustice or wickedness. She represented the motherhood of God in this age and conducted Ramakrishna's spiritual ministry through her divine power, which overwhelmed everyone who approached her. Nonetheless, as a sweet and compassionate mother, it was not possible for her to say a harsh word to anyone, so she sometimes endured the ill behavior of strangers and unbalanced disciples. She forgave them as a loving mother does her children.
Yeah, that's why mother is so sweet. It is said that Even kuputra যদিও হয় কুমাতা কখনো নয়. The bad children is possible, but never a bad mother. And that is the depiction of the Holy Mother, Divine Mother. So she never cursed anyone, never found faults with others. No, these are, it's a divine. It is divine. It is not found in this world. And we try, and what happens? Even we see some faults. We always compare with ourselves. So, this is remarkable. Yes.
Swami, did she accidentally, like, almost curse Radhu's mom, kind of? Radu, you know what I mean?
Say it again.
Because she was doing something, like, Holy Mother accidentally, like, was driven to the point of just, like, beyond, she couldn't stop herself, and she accidentally cursed Radhu's mom, something like that. You know what I mean?
No. That, sometimes somebody's prarabdha that invites. If say king has a duty also. If king does not punish a ruffian or wrongdoers, then that sin goes to king. So, this is a natural law. It's not from heart. And even after saying something, then if, she would pray that nothing should befall on her. So she would take the dust of her feet and put on the person. Okay, so sometimes it comes automatically, it is not intentional. What is being said here? Never she intentionally did anything. So whatever, something prarabdha invites, so that might have happened. But in general, this is, yes.
When she came in contact with people of the wider world and began to act as a guru, she needed people to protect her. Ramakrishna had foreseen her future role as a guru, so he selected two strong and wise companions for her, Golap Ma and Yogin Ma. At Kasipur, just before the master passed away, Holy Mother felt helpless and burst into tears. The master consoled her, saying, "Why should you feel troubled? You will live as you are living now. They, the disciples, will do for you what they are doing for me."
Golap Ma, Yogin Ma, like two marshals. Okay, go ahead.
All of the master's monastic disciples loved and respected Holy Mother and offered their services when needed, but Swamis Yogananda and Sharadananda especially became her devoted attendants and served her with heart and soul. These two disciples became her trusted caretakers.
Yeah, Swami Trigunathitananji also did something in between. But when he came to the West, after that Swami Sharadananji. Yes.
Swami Brahmananda. Although Swami Brahmananda, as the head of the order, was busy traveling to various places, initiating people and training monks, he always kept an eye on Holy Mother. Once Holy Mother described her caretakers. Yogananda, and Sharadananda, are my real caretakers. Rakal, Brahmananda, is not of that temperament. He can't put up with difficulties. He can look after me mentally or through someone else. He is cast in a different mold. Swami Brahmananda's reverence for Holy Mother was too deep for words. At the very sight of her, he was overwhelmed with spiritual emotion. As a spiritual son of Ramakrishna, he was often absorbed in an ecstatic mood that made him practically unapproachable. But in the presence of Holy Mother, he acted like a child. Whenever he visited her, he prostrated before her with great love and respect. Holy Mother affectionately caressed him, touching his chin, and gently stroked his head and chest. Once he received her blessing, he left the room quickly. The mother would send him a tray of sweets, which he enjoyed immensely.
Yeah, one there's a footnote. Holy Mother was referring to difficulties among the women around her and between the members of her family. So that was his difficulty. Uh, he was and temperamentally also, he was bit reserved and bit shy in front of Holy Mother. So that's why he would come and prostrate himself before Holy Mother and go away immediately. Yes. Go ahead.
This. Oh, flip. Can you hear me, son?
Brahmananda truly.
Brahmananda truly. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Brahmananda truly worshipped Holy Mother as a goddess. Once he remarked, "It is very difficult to understand Mother. She moves about, veiling her face like an ordinary woman, but in reality, she is the Mother of the universe. Could we have recognized her if the Master himself had not revealed to us who she was?" On another occasion, Brahmananda said, "Is it possible for an ordinary being to accept the worship of an incarnation like Sri Ramakrishna? From this, one may understand what a great fountain of power Mother is. We have seen with our own eyes that Mother takes the sins and afflictions of many people upon herself and gives them liberation. Can anyone but the Divine Mother have this power? Inside, the great ocean of realization, outside, absolute calm. How ordinary and simple she appears. Even the incarnations cannot keep divine moods under control. Sri Ramakrishna manifested them outwardly, but it is extremely difficult to understand Mother. She has kept us all deluded with her motherly love."
Yeah, what Brahmananji said, that Holy Mother accepted worship from Sri Ramakrishna at during Falaharini Kali Puja as Shodashi, the Divine Mother. So we had Falaharini Kali Puja on 5th here, 5th or 6th, whatever. So this Sunday, I think, na? Sunday? Anyway. So yeah, or 6th maybe. So that is what he referred. Uh, they come in disguise. Sri Ramakrishna said, "This time my visit is in disguise." And before he left this world, then he opened his heart. And he predicted before that also. He said, "Before I go, I'll hate hari bhenge jabo." That means I'll openly declare it. And he did it. So it's very difficult to assess such character and understand. They are garbed in ordinary human being. Says, for that matter, Sita also had to suffer a lot, and one can doubt that why she had to suffer so much. But it is to establish a norm, establish that one should not feel, even if there is difficulty, there are difficulties, but one should forbear all those things. And Rama also did the same thing. But in the case of Rama, he was a king, and Sita Devi was a queen. But still they had to suffer. And it's inevitable in this world that suffering would come. And think of Sri Krishna, who was born in a jail. Then he was transferred to the other shore of Yamuna. And he was raised as foster child. And then he had to suffer a lot. I mean, they don't suffer. From our standpoint, we think that they are suffering. But in reality, they don't suffer. Yes.
Swami Yogananda. When Swami Yogananda was a young man, then known as Yogan, he was suspicious about the master's relationship with Holy Mother. One evening in Dakshineshwar, Yogan decided to spend the night with the master with the intention of serving him if needed. Ramakrishna was pleased. After dinner, the master went to bed, and Yogan made his own bed on the floor and slept. Throughout his life, Yogan was a light sleeper. At midnight, he woke up and found that the master was not in his bed. He looked for the water pot that he thought that the master might be walking outside, but could not find him there. Suddenly, a terrible suspicion gripped his mind. Has the master gone to the Nahabat to be with his wife? Can it be possible that his actions are contrary to his teachings? Determined to find out the truth without delay, Yogan stationed himself near the Nahabat. But while he waited there and watched the door of the Nahabat, he heard the clattering of the master's sandals coming from the direction of the Panchavati. Within a few moments, Ramakrishna appeared in front of Yogan and asked, "Hello, why are you standing here?" Embarrassed, Yogan hung his head in shame for having doubted the master. He could not utter a single word. The master understood everything from the expression on his face. Instead of taking offense, Ramakrishna reassured Yogan, "Well, you are quite right. You must examine a holy man by day and by night before believing in him." Though forgiven, Yogan could not sleep that night.
You see, this incident looks like he was spying. But this shows the character of Sri Ramakrishna, and this is example. Otherwise, what is an incarnation? It's very difficult to express that. Through these interactions, one can figure out what is an incarnation like. So this is, all these difficulties even, those are real test for an incarnation. So it is not contrary that why they had to suffer so much. They had to set example so that people are not afraid of suffering or forbearance or all this. In spite of everything, they cultivated or they manifested divine qualities. So that is what. Yes.
After his passing away, the master uprooted Yogan's doubt and relieved his feelings of guilt. When Holy Mother was in Vrindavan, the master appeared to her and asked her to initiate Yogan and to make him her first disciple and caretaker. Later, Kumudbandhu Sen recalled, as Swami Yogananda began describing this event of initiation, his voice became choked with deep emotion. In conclusion, he remarked, "The image of the Master and the Mother will never fade from my memory. I realized that both of them were of divine origin and that they had incarnated in human form out of compassion for the devoted millions."
All these expressions or this description are to be believed. Companions of an incarnations cannot utter false words. So, and they had no ulterior motive to say so. So one has to have faith on such statements. Yes.
Swami Sardananda wrote, Swami Yogananda completely atoned for his offense, first by surrendering himself completely to his guru and serving him, and then when the master passed away, by devoting his life to the service of the Holy Mother. Some pictures.
Go ahead. Oh, pictures. So, lots of pictures are there. So, Swami Yogananda, Trigunaatitananda, and Swami Sharadananda. Yes. Yes.
In August 1886, after the Master's passing away, Yogananda went on pilgrimage with Holy Mother. Then in September 1887, he accompanied her to Kamarpur and stayed there for 3 days. In November 1888, Yogananda went to Puri with Holy Mother and stayed with her there for 3 months. In February 1889, he again went to Kamarpur with the Mother, who stayed there for a year. After leaving Holy Mother in Kamarpur, Yogananda left for his own pilgrimage and to practice severe austerities. He spent most of his time in meditation. Once a day he would go out to beg for food. Sometimes he ate only dry bread soaked in water for 2 or 3 days at a time. This practice ruined his digestive system.
So
In
luckily we get
1898,
food with without asking, and our fridge is full. Fridge mother is full. Okay.
in 1898, when Holy Mother lived at 10-2 Bospara Lane, a rented house in Bagh Bazar, Calcutta, Yogananda and Brahmachari Krishnalal took care of her and ran all her errands. Yogananda posted himself at the entrance as a gatekeeper, receiving gifts for Holy Mother and regulating the devotees' visits. Sister Nivedita described the place in The Master as I Saw Him. Quote, "It was a strange household, of which I now found myself a part. Downstairs in one of the guard rooms, beside the front door, lived a monk, Yogananda, whose severe austerities from his youth up had brought him to the threshold of death, from consumption in the prime of manhood. To his room I used to go for Bengali lessons. In the kitchen behind worked a disciple, Krishnalal, of his, actually of Holy Mother's, and a Brahmin cook. While to us womenfolk belonged all above stairs with roof terraces and the sight of the Ganges hard by." Holy Mother later commented, "Yogin and Sharat belonged to my inner circle. No one loved me as Yogin did. If anybody gave him money, he would save it, saying, 'Mother will use it for her pilgrimage.' The other monks teased him for living in this household full of women. He asked me to address him as Yoga." Yogananda was so respectful towards Holy
But
Mother.
mother used to say Chele Jogin. Chele Jogin and Mehe Jogin. That means my son Jogin and daughter Jogin. Jogin Ma also was there, and he was also Jogin. Okay.
Yogananda was so respectful towards Holy Mother that he would not touch her feet when he bowed down, but instead waited until she left the room and then touched his head to the spot where she had been. When asked about this strange behavior, Yogananda replied, "What? I don't have the audacity to keep the Mother standing and waiting for me so that I can bow down to her." Love is demonstrated by emotion and thoughtfulness. Regarding Yogananda's concerns for her, Holy Mother recalled, "Every year since that time, after the vision of the goddess Jagadatri, I have gone home for Jagadatri Puja as often as possible. I used to help by polishing the puja utensils and looking after other things. Formerly, there were not many people in the family, so I went home to clean the pots and pans. Later, Yogin got a set of wooden utensils for me. He said, 'Mother, you do not have to scour pots and pans anymore.' He also secured a piece of land to provide for the expenses of the puja."
Yeah, regarding that, touching the ground where mother was standing or mother went through, this is you can find in Bengal. That's very strange. Say like uh, mother say walked through this, so people would come and touch that place. Sri Ramakrishna also would do such things, like where people are singing God's name and they are chanting and they are ecstatic. So he would take the dust of that place because the whole area is holy. So this you can find in Bengal, this very special in Bengal. Yes, go ahead.
Yogananda's loving service and devotion left a deep impression on Holy Mother's heart. He once presented her with a quilt. When it eventually became worn out from constant use, Holy Mother considered changing the cover and having it stuffed with fresh cotton, but then she gave up the idea since she thought it would change the look of the gift from her beloved disciple. Swami Yogananda passed away in Samadhi
At 10 p.m. on 28th March 1899. You are breaking.
oh, huh. This is
Towards the end, he said to Holy Mother, Mother, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva and Sri Ramakrishna have come to take me. That morning, while performing worship, Holy Mother saw that the Master had come to take Yogananda. When Yogananda breathed his last, Brahmachari Krishna Lal cried out. Holy Mother was upstairs and realized what had happened. She burst into tears and said, My Jogin has left me. Who will now look after me? Because Yogananda was the first of the Master's disciples to die, Mother remarked with a deep sigh, a brick has slipped from the structure. Now the whole thing will come down. Yes. Go ahead. Oh, so time is up. Oh, yeah, finish this one.
Okay. Even a divine being like Holy Mother was grief-stricken by Yogananda's passing. The Mahabharata says, at the end of prosperity, there is decline. After union, there is separation. After life, there is death.
Yeah. So this separation, and there Swami Yogananda ji passed away, and he served Holy Mother with devotion, exemplary devotion. When one serves another person, that means he sacrifices his ego and surrenders totally. So this is what we find in the life of Swami Yogananda. So these are the divine qualities that we are to try to inculcate in our lives. Akshay, anything?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
like how can we be free from all kind of worry?
How can I free from all kinds of worries? When mind is there, so mind will try to work like whatever it likes. That means mind has two things, sankalpa, vikalpa. Sankalpa means holding something and leaving something. So when you sing the glories of God, chant His name, gradually what happens? Gradually total dedication comes. Then mind also becomes one, tuned with one, that means the divine. So except that time, mind will do its work. In yoga it is called manasa amani bhavati. That means mind becomes no mind. So mind as of now is with like sankalpa vikalpa, holding something and leaving something. So this duality comes. Until or unless it is totally soaked in divinity, it cannot be stopped. So what happens when it is totally purified? Then mind becomes no mind, losing its character of sankalpa vikalpa. Then it only holds the divine name and naturally it becomes purified. So till that time we have to practice how our mind can be totally soaked in God. That happens by constant remembrance, chanting God's name, and singing His glories. That's why in devotion that's there. But in yoga, yoga's chitta vritti nirodha. So in yoga, one should stop the mental modifications. So how that can be done? So what they do, eka chitta, through mantra, eka tattva abhyas. So first one has to practice one thing. So here God's name. And a time comes when there is only one vritti. As of now, we have many mental modifications. But by chanting God's name, it becomes only one vritti. And a time comes when that also stops. So that is the state of samadhi. So except in samadhi, mind will work. Only thing, if mind is soaked in God, then no problem. Let, Sri Ramakrishna said, let rascal be there. How does it matter? So, when you are awake, mind will work. So that gradually we have to soak in divine, in divinity. Okay. So in knowledge what happens? In knowledge we see so many things. Gradually unify, gradually one. And what? How? By negating. Neti, 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 neti. And what remains is that. So then mind also stops. But the main thing is purification of mind. So as devotees, we are to sing the glories of God, remember Him, and try to do good, whatever is good. As Swami Vivekananda said, to be good and to do good. This is the whole of religion. So we have to try to be good and do good. Okay.
Thank
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Like this. Now for 1 hour, we were thinking of Holy Mother. All other thoughts were out. Now as we go to world, all other things will come. So that's why constant remembrance is very important. As in Gita it is said, Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha lipyate nasa papena padmapatram ivambhasa. You asked yesterday also how one should act in this world. So one should be standing, or one should be absorbed in God consciousness. Brahmani adhaya karmani sangam tyaktva. And with a detached mind one should act in this world. Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha lipyate na sapapena. He is not tinged with sin or bad karma. Why? It is like a lotus leaf. Though it lives in water, but water does not touch it. So even if world is there, not to worry. When you have constant remembrance, then those are nothing. Those will come and go away. You will know the futility of it. So even, a little practice also gives the confidence. Little practice. So this way, yeah. Okay, what is this? There is a comment. Okay, this is someone has written. I have a question. Please, regarding the subject of purity of heart, what are the signs or indications that this is unfolding in a person? You know, it is self-certifying. When we see something, are you seeing? How? You know that. You know that you are seeing. There is no certificate. Oh, what is the sign and symptoms of that? So when you are purifying yourself, you yourself will know. No need of another person to certify. Okay, I hereby certify that you are you have purified yourself. No. It is self-certifying, self-revealing. So when we know something, then we know, yes, I know it. So that confidence comes. Okay. So
Thank
it
you,
is self-revealing.
Swamiji.
Self-revealing.
Pranam.
Namaste, namaste. Hari Om. Okay, now.